seems like I want to have a good relationship with my mother. She sucks.
Welcome, everyone, to Mental Health. I am Dean of the Genetic Marvel, as you can see here. Below me is Mr. Cole Clayton, and down further below me is Marco Torres from Upside Down Studios. And today we are talking about second chances. Here's a question for you guys. I think it's important to have that, give people that opportunity. Be like, hey, that wasn't okay. Why don't you try and fix it? But if they don't try and fix it, that's when I'm immediately like, see you later. And I'm done, right? I give 1 second chance. I don't give double second chances. Your opinions, your thoughts. And if you have anything in the comments, please feel free to share with us. Hello, Victoria. We love to hear your own circumstances as well. But this is the subject for today. And I'll be honest with you guys, it is something I have been accused of many, many times of being harsh in my stance. What do you guys think?
Well, I feel like it's
Hey, Serge.
it's kind of depends on the situation and what it is
Sure.
about.
Definitely.
I mean, if we're talking about second chances in life, somebody like if you're one of my boys or whatever,
Yeah.
and you cross me, there is no second chance.
Yeah.
There is none. Like if I trust, like here's an example. I had a good buddy of mine named we'll just use his street name, Spider. Him and I were good friends. I helped him through this problem times he had with his family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When his bike was down, I actually went and bought him a motor for his bike. When his kids needed something, I made sure they had it or whatever.
Yeah.
So when I used to date my ex, we were having some issues and stuff, and we separated for a quick minute. And when we started talking and smoothing things out, she just had this attitude towards Spider. She had this, she just wouldn't talk. She every time I'd say something about him or whatever, she just had this attitude. Fuck him, this and that. So then finally, we were arguing one time, and she was like, "And your fucking friend, you think he's your goddamn friend? As soon as you left out this house, he was calling and hitting on me and this and that and all this other stuff." Oh, really? And that was about the same time that his bike club was breaking up, and he wanted to mix in with our club. No, I can't trust you around a bitch. You want me to trust you around my club?
Nah.
I don't have any. And then there's the guy rule. You're gonna listen to her. You're gonna listen to. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. You could go fuck yourself. I don't care what table you eat at. You're not eating at mine.
Yep.
You're just not. And when I confirm, he asked me a while ago, why I broke ties with him or whatever. I was like, so when you and your wife was having issues, would it have been okay if I'd try to fuck her?
Right.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, then I'm glad and I'm wrong.
That's it. And you know what? Okay, so and Victoria says I agree with it, depending on the situation. 100% depends on the situation. Walkie talkies are neat. Welcome. He says, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. That's just taking advantage of my mental disability." I mean, that's it. What's up? I'm new to the stream. Welcome, Pedro. We are talking about second chances. Hello.
Hello, newcomers. Appreciate you coming in.
Yep.
We're good. We're doing good.
Now, if we're talking about like my kids, there's obviously more chances for the kids.
Sure.
But I mean, even at a point, and a lot of people disagree on me with this. A lot of points you got to cut them fuckers loose too.
True. Listen.
So go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if it's an issue of Kinder and Carter show, of course. Welcome to the show, and please we're talking about second chances. Feel free to leave it in the comments. Sometime that you think what a circumstances that is okay or not okay. So sometimes, look, if it's an incompetence thing, I feel like a second chance is warranted. Some people are just stupid.
Right.
Fair. Totally like that's a regular occurrence. Like, hey, you didn't know this. Okay, let me explain to you why this is. Okay? But if they continue, then it's like, oh, okay. Hey, if you want to be that person, that's no problem. On you go. And look, and with those situations, when it's about someone who should know better,
That's it.
zero chances.
Now, like I was saying, like now with my kids,
Yeah.
like a perfect example. And I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I sit here and I regret it because I see how her life ended up. But that's just as much her mama's fault than mine. Like my daughter Kylie. When her mother and I broke up, the kids went pretty much wild, which they do.
Yeah.
Fucking ladies, why don't you start thinking about that? Y'all think everything, oh, we can't work this out, or we can't do this, or I could do better on my own, or whatever. Yeah. Look what little pieces of shit you end up turning out.
Yeah. No. Hey.
When I left, my daughter Kylie, she
Yeah.
fucking ended up, hitting the street. She ran away. She was staying at different people's houses here, all over. Her mama started doing fuck shit, so she wasn't really paying attention. So when I finally got settled and situated, Kylie, come home. Kylie, come. You ain't got to stay at your mom's house. You come to dad's house. Everything's good. She came here. Was the first time my daughter got to fucking go to a homecoming or any kind of prom. She was getting straight A's in school. Everything was fucking on the up and up for Kai. I let her go stay with her mama one weekend.
Yeah.
And I even told her mom, don't be letting no boys fucking stay over there with her. Don't be letting no. Well, unbeknownst to me, Kylie was seeing this grown ass man. And her mama was cool with it. Her mom, they were all partying together because she wanted to be the cool mom. And mom went in the room to go pass out. Kylie ended up going to the sofa and getting knocked up. Now, Kylie knew the rules. I'm raising two other younger girls.
Yeah,
I can't let you back in my house and let that seem acceptable. Instead of 10 grandkids right now, I'd have 13.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was like, there was no second chance there. Once she came, once she, and they try to hide it from me. No, I already knew when she went to the doctors. Because my oldest is like my, I know.
Yeah.
So, once you got to go. I'm sorry. And now I'm not going to lie. From that point on, my daughter's life has been fucking hell. I feel so bad for my granddaughter. You wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
But you know what? I couldn't let Maya and fucking Julia see that. I couldn't let them know that it was okay for this shit to be happening.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. And you know what? Pedro, how are you guys? We're out of bed and not crying. That's how that works. There you go, sir. Okay, and you know what? Look, second chances are a no-go when dealing with money. You owe me money, and there is always an excuse to not pay, or you start dodging me. Yep, eat a chicken. And not fancy chicken like Popeyes, the human chicken like at KFC.
I don't even give out money to people unless like if I'm gonna give you money, I really rarely expect it back.
Yeah, that's how it is now.
It's just gone.
Could I borrow it? No. How about I just give it to you?
Right.
How about I just give it to you? Because I mean, I've even had friends that forgot, that they owe me $200 or this and that. You know what? It's yours. Don't ask me for a front ever again. Don't ask me for any kind of financial. We're still cool, but your money line got cut off.
Yeah.
I will help anybody. Even if I don't fucking like you, I've helped people. And when it gets thrown back in the face, that's it.
Well, and that's that whole idea where people are like, "Oh, I'm going to the casino to win money." No, you're going to lose money. Just let's be very clear, right?
You're going to lose money. You're hoping to win money.
There's it's like that was one thing that I was, knock on wood, good at. I don't gamble. I rarely gamble. To me, I mean, it's just like going to a titty bar. You're not taking any of that shit home with you. It's just,
Well, God willing.
Right.
but you know, I used to like if I was this was before I ran into money or whatever. You know, if we came up short for the month or whatever, I'd take the last $100. I'd go down to West Virginia to the casino, and I'd come back with a grand or two. I'm very good at gambling, even though I don't like it and I don't do it.
Yeah.
So I memean, I kind of get that.
It's always the ones that are good at it that don't have the problem. That's been my experience.
That's also true. That is. Listen, it's the people who are like, look, it's
I'm a
that whole
degenerate
idea.
gambler, let me tell you. Like I get sucked into that shit. I have to stay away
Bro,
because it's a problem. Like,
you know how many screenshots? He sent
Go
me
ahead.
screenshots of parlays. Like, I spent $5, but I might win 10,000 if you don't
I've
see
won
me.
big a
You'll know what
lot
happened.
though. Don't act like you haven't seen my jackpots though, Dino. So you're leaving out the good parts. I do win big, like
Yeah.
once a year, like
Yeah.
really big.
That's fair. I agree. Ask me for money, but don't ask to borrow. No, yeah, that's not. It's one of those things. Yeah, lending money to friends is a quick way to lose friends. 100%.
Yep, it's the easiest way. That or having your friends live with you.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I love my friends. I'm diehard. I'd take a bullet for some of my friends. And no, you can't stay with me. You know, I don't even have a woman in my house. But no, especially if you got a woman in your house, guys. Don't.
That's even that's even like more not like kosher.
Hey,
Is if they bring a woman with them, you know, this is gonna get me in trouble, and you in trouble, and everyone in trouble.
you can put a tent up outside in my backyard. No
Right?
problem.
No,
Hey,
not even
there's
that.
a YMCA down the street. You can go get a shower there. No problem.
You
No
know,
problem.
I'll help you
What's
get a
wrong?
room. I'll help you get your own place. Can't stay at mine. You
No.
can't. You know, and I learned that way back in the day from my brother. You know, my brother was a crackhead.
Yeah.
I mean, back then, he's the reason why I have OCD now. He's the reason why, you know, I have 5 of everything, you know, because everything I ever had growing up got stolen and sold for dope.
Been
And
there.
you know, he was one of them piece of shit dope heads too. Like the ones that would steal the VCR but leave the fucking remote. Like, don't
Now you got all these remotes
You'd have got
and no
an
movies
extra
to watch.
fucking bump for that fucking remote. Who are you fooling by leaving the remote behind?
Bro, there's nothing.
You should have
worse.
told him that you can't even get money for VCRs anymore. You should have taken the DVD player.
Oh no,
I
this
mean-
was back in the late 80s, early 90s when that shit started.
Damn, he's been a crackhead for a long time.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. Before he OD'd, the motherfucker was that like they caught him with crack. I'm like, dude, who still does crack? That's like a retro drug. Like,
Yes.
where are you even finding crack anymore?
Welcome to the future, bro. No, that's
East
fine.
Cleveland. I can
It's-
tell you that much.
Look, it was the best $200 spent as I learned a valuable lesson. Yeah, 100% is that.
Yeah, isn't that in a movie with the Bronx Tale or something like that?
Yeah, where he goes, listen, he goes, I lent the guy $20 and now he's dodging me. He goes, you learned the best lesson because that guy, you'll never see him again over $20. Best money you've ever spent. You don't need that guy in your life. Now, Marco, you've set a bad precedent. 5 of everything isn't bad. Jesus.
Yeah,
Now-
yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, according to fucking Youngstown, it is. We ain't even going into that shit.
See, and this is the thing is like people always are I don't want to say it's jealousy or anything, but they desire what someone else has, right? So it's like when you have stuff, it's people are like, oh well, I want that. You're like, yeah, you can go get it. Oh, can you give me one of yours? No,
No.
that's mine. It's hey, that's it. Pretty sure 5 nipples on a dude can't be good. I mean,
No, but four is, you know, you're okay. If you have 3 or 5, you're a freak.
it's 3
Yeah, it's the odd number problem.
odd numbers. That's the touch of the devil. That's fair.
That's it.
100%.
I got 4 nipples.
We're gonna come back to this actually, but I had a point to talk about earlier, and then we'll circle around.
Yeah.
All right, circle around these nipples.
Yeah, well.
if you will. But
No.
That's the bottom
why are they
set.
so low?
Because that's the bottom set. I have 4
Oh
of them.
my god, this is crazy. Okay, so
Anyway.
like I hate that
Nice. Good job. That was
like people think that they get to choose when their second chance takes place.
Ooh.
And it's like No, I gave you a second chance months ago, maybe years ago, and
Mhm.
now you want to show up? No, I'm not. Sorry. Bye. Bye. You know,
Well,
because that's a big thing. They want to choose, you know.
I love the ones that don't realize that they're on their fifth or sixth chance,
Right.
and they're still like, "Well, when is the second chance?" When do you not like? I make an analogy. Look, you and me are driving in the car, and we're going forward. We are progressing forward.
All right.
Now, every time you pull some fuck shit, that car gets a little slower and a little
Yep.
slower
Yep.
until it pulls over into a
And
fucking
you gotta
parking
get
lot.
the fuck out.
Now, you ain't got to get out the car just yet, but we ain't going no more down this road. We are going to sit in this fucking parking lot. Now, you want to pull some more fuck shit? You'll get left in that parking lot.
Right.
And people don't realize, you're on your fucking 5th, 6th, 7th, 12th millionth chance.
Yeah.
And then, you're the wrong one for tweaking.
Well, so, and this is the thing too, is that especially
I
when you
get described as a crash out for that fucking reason. Sorry, Dino. Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
It's that idea that you'll give chances to people who don't deserve it for big things, and they keep pressing, and you give them another chance, and then it's going to be the smallest thing that they do, and you're like, that's it, just get the fuck out. And they're like, why are you being crazy? And you're like, no.
It's been
You brought me to this point.
Yeah.
I know that you are a habitual line stepper, and I'm having no more. That's
Why?
you're done.
This is getting oddly close to what's going on in my life right now, Dino. Did you do this shit on purpose?
I swear I did not.
Dude,
I swear I did not. You know why?
Story of my life.
Look, this was, I remember
Oh, my God.
when my ex-wife and I separated, and I said to her, we need to talk. You can't go out. We need to talk. She goes, but I want to go out. I'm like, listen, that's not happening. And then I said, you know what? If you want to go with your friends, there's the door. But if you leave here without us having talked, you're not welcome back here. The door's closed. And she goes, okay. And I went, huh? And then I went, oh, okay. So be it.
Dude, that's almost exactly like when one of my other ex, when I left Camel,
Mhm.
I moved out of Camel. I gave this girl a choice. I was like, look, we could either work on shit. She ended up, we ended up falling out because her brother was a dope head and was stealing from my kids.
What?
Why is this a reoccurring theme with you, by the way?
Yeah, dude. But her brother, she refused to see her brother as anything but a god. Because her mom passed away, she pretty much raised her brother. So, when her and I got together and we got a house together, if you want to go get your brother, bring. This is before I knew who he was. He was young too. So we brought him over. I taught this kid damn near anything I knew about working on the house, working on cars, working on anything. But every year, like she grew up poor too. So she never been out of the country, never been out of the fucking state. So every year for her birthday, I would save up and I'd have money to take her somewhere. I
Take her to Puerto Rico, out of the country.
I took her, all kind of places every year on her birthday.
Mhm.
Well, then I noticed that the vacation money kept coming up a little bit lighter and lighter and lighter. And no, you're at the bar all the time. You're drinking. Bitch, I barely drink. I mean, to this day, I'm still, I did drink a slight bit more back then. But, I mean, when I go to a bar right now, I have 2, maybe 3 Jacks on Ice and a couple beers.
2 fingers.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I found that out that people don't drink Jack Daniels like I drink Jack Daniels. But
No. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not a drinker. So finally, we had our falling out, and now, me and my other ex started talking. I had met because my daughter and her daughter were friends. And I dropped my daughter off at a party. Me and her started talking, and we went from there. And before my first date with this woman, I looked at my ex, who I was still living with, and I told her, I was like, look, you got a choice. If I walk out this door, I'm going out with somebody else, or we could sit here and talk and work things out. She said, "Go do what you want to do. Bye." Okay.
All right.
That was it. And it comes up every so often here and there. If I have to go visit the kids or the grandkids or whatever, it's still, well, you left or you did this. No, you told me to leave. I gave you the fucking choice.
Yeah.
I was willing to look past all your fuck shit. I was willing to look past your brother's dope head shit. You chose him over me. That's it.
Yeah.
That.
This is so. Look, hey, what happened with me? I was standing there with my brother because he's like, "Hey, let's go have a beer. Well, let's talk about it." So sure, she left at like 8:00 at night. Midnight, she calls me, and he's standing right beside me, and she goes, "Okay, I want to talk." Okay, talk. She tells me everything that I already knew, but wanted her to admit it. Says it. She goes, "Okay, can I come home?" I said, "No." What do you mean? That's it. It's done. This door is closed.
That's the thing about women. They always think you're bullshit.
Hey, I go, no, it's over. You're not welcome here. That's it. It's finished. You can go stay wherever you want, but you ain't staying here. Hey, I hang up. My own brother, the one who passed away, goes, "You're being too harsh. You should be forgiving."
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, I just go like this. I look at him. I go, no, no, I'm not gonna do that.
No.
I said, no, I'm not doing that. So how do you feel? Okay. How do you feel about lending things? My rule is if I can't live without it or regret losing it, don't lend it. Okay. Now a CD called Now That's What I Call Music. I bought in Greece. It was the first compilation of electronic music that had Darude Sandstorm. This is in the 90s. Okay. It had just come out. Album hadn't been released. It was the only CD that had it. I brought it back, played it in my LeSabre like a fucking gangster, and people were like, "That's the hypest mix I've ever heard." I know. And one buddy goes,
hypest mix. You could tell this boy has been spending way too much time in the 90s.
Bro, it was the greatest time for music. Okay, now it's all mumbling.
The 90s.
And
it was the one-hit wonder decade of the world. Every fucking song was a one-hit wonder because there was no
in the Matrix.
All the songs were one-hit wonders.
Yeah, I know. That's the point. It was shit music. It's
hey, just because they were one-hit wonders doesn't make it not a wonder. So, hey, they said in the Matrix, 1999 was the peak of civilization, and after 1999, everything went to shit. It's just factual, music included. So, this guy goes, "Bro, let me borrow it. I'm gonna burn a copy, bring it back to you. I'll bring it back to you tomorrow because we're gonna hang out tomorrow." Gone forever, bro. I'm still angry about that. It was that. No, That's What I Call Music, number 43 or number 46. And I swear to you,
the guys are like that because I'm not gonna lie, I'm the same way. I can still remember I had one of the very first when the CD first came out, Rehab.
No.
You remember the bartender song? The rest of the fucking CD was actually very fucking good, like bomb ass fucking good.
Damn.
And I had a buddy of mine. We went out to the Pittsburgh Steelers game together. I brought the CD. I was like, "Dope, you got to listen to this shit. Listen to it. Oh, let me borrow it. I'm going to rip it. Yeah. To this day, I wouldn't even buy that motherfucker. Just out of principality, I would not buy another one. But I know to this day, and that was in the fucking, late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. So I totally get it, Dino. I totally get it.
Hey, and you know what? So Victoria's like, "Can't you download it from Spotify now?" Do you know? Hey,
that's the principality of it, though.
It's the on principle specifically, but also too because it was in Greece. It's not the same. You can't buy that here, so it's like lost in the universe. I can't find it again. Marco isn't gay, but I have questions about piercings. I mean, that kind of makes you gay, but okay.
I used to pierce people along with I have piercings. So
he's got four pierced nipples.
Only 2 of them. The other 2 are too small. I was gonna get all 4 pierced. Look, before both of you guys ever met.
Two? The original ones or the new formula?
The bottom 2 are too small. Actually, the fourth one was too small. The fourth one they said that if I'd have got it pierced, the piercing would have worked his way out, and then I would have had a split nipple.
I'm
But
not seeing
like
a
I was
problem
saying,
here. It's a spare nipple, so
I mean,
no. If you got a complete set, you got a complete set. You don't fuck them up and you don't take them out the box.
I'll agree with that.
But
Yeah.
like I was saying, before
In the
you
box?
guys met me,
Yeah.
like back in the late 90s, early 2000s, like all this looked like a tackle box.
Yeah, I can see that.
My ears were gauged. I still got one at the top, but my ears were gauged. I had a nose ring. My lips were pierced. My tongue is pierced. My nipples were pierced. I had 7 piercings going down my dick. There was a lot.
you were
of
just looking like Patricia Arquette from Pulp Fiction then.
almost for a quick minute. But
Well-
again, I used to model in fetish balls and stuff, so that was kind of the thing back then.
Right.
So,
I
I
mean, hey, Marco, got milk? I mean, not anymore. It's all gone. The piercings,
Powder, baby, it's powdered.
It's
all
milk.
dried up.
it's milk.
Yeah.
It's not milk. It's milk. It's yeah.
It's evaporated milk.
So what was the question about the piercings?
I don't know. Joey just up and he comes in, leaves one comment, and then vanishes like a ghost. See, this is
He doesn't actually have a question. He was just talking shit.
he's
Oh, I
trying.
thought he had a question about the piercings. That shit.
I know. See, it's that whole non-commitment. That's why you don't smoke that much dope. Okay. If you can't handle it by continue a conversation, there's too
This
much.
is the soberest you guys have seen me in ever. Not
Joey
for
works
me.
for the government, by the way. So like, you
Yeah,
can
I know.
tell.
He's definitely not a productive member of society. He is what's called a taxation on society. Just
He's called
sucks
a
from the teeth.
target for Doge. That's
If you
what he's
work
called.
for the fucking government, then fuck you and fuck Youngstown government too.
I mean, that's fair. Listen, the best part is Cole sent it to me today where it's like, oh, the government no longer cares about how they're spending money. They just spend it. And like it's that whole idea that we've tried every type of government and every time they screw you over. You're like, at what point do you break? I'll tell you, is when you hire a psychopath. And then good luck. Now it's your problem, not mine.
Yep.
Somebody
grab
get
a
John
bottle
Gotti
of
on the
fucking
phone.
pussy.
He needs to run for mayor.
Oh,
Who Gotti?
from
John
jail.
Gotti.
Loud?
Yeah, the mafia, bro. That's who I would trust to run government.
I would too, no lie. Organized crime has been more organized for longer than any fucking government.
True.
And they
Listen,
got shit done.
on
They
a-
don't really dabble in usury. Is that how you pronounce it? Usury?
usury.
Usury? Is it usury? Okay. They don't really dabble in that much. You know what I mean? Like they kind of give you a fair interest rate, unlike credit cards and loan banks and
credit cards.
cards.
100% organized crime.
college loans,
Oh, yeah.
cars. Like we're getting fucked here by our interest rates.
Hey, debt collection. Oh, there's numerous avenues. But on a side note, too, to admit my own shitty behavior, I remember in high school, a guy lent me a VHS of the 1986 Transformers movie. Still got it, baby. He never got that shit back. I'm like, no, that's mine.
Well, on that lines,
Hmm.
I do remember. I pulled some fuck shit like that too. Kind of. It was
Yeah.
back when the VHSs were like when the movie first came out. If you went to the store, the mall to get that movie, it was costing you $200 or $300 for
Yeah.
a VHS.
Yeah.
No, for a VHS,
Yeah.
$200-$300.
It was
So-
it was a
Christ.
whole. So, bro, me and a buddy tried to do like
It's
an
like
online thing.
$3,000 in today's money.
100%. So Blockbuster had to pay that much for the new release, and that's why like it was a whole thing. Like they had to rent it out a certain amount of times, and then they could start dropping prices. So it was a
Right.
whole big scam where like when you released a movie, you got a second deep hit when you released the VHS because they were selling for $100 a pop, and a new store, right, and like a rental store like Blockbuster or whatever would have to buy like 30 of them. You're like, bro, that's big bucks. Shell, we are talking about his second chances and how tumultuous they can be. Because listen, it's the hardest thing to give a second chance knowing full well that you're just chasing a bad pod. But you're just like, I want you to prove me wrong, right? That's also like the one thing where you're like, I want you to. I'm giving you a second chance because I want you to prove that I'm wrong. I love being wrong, and it's too often I'm proven right, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah. That's why it's under my Facebook. I didn't want to be right.
No.
I'm a pretty negative person. I'm with you there, Marco.
90% of the time, I am fucking right about everything. And it's 100% of the time, never good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hey, it's the times when you can see things and people are like, oh, we'll do this. And you're going, that's not going to work. And you're like, if I tell you it's not going to work, I'm being negative.
Right.
But if I don't jump in and fix it, I'm the problem too. And I'm like, hold on. I go, oh yeah, it's a great idea. Oh, but it didn't work. Wow. I could have told you that. But why didn't you say something? Oh, that's not my job. I'm just here to do
all the time. Like, even my exes, I used to tell. I might even told Ray, you do things my way, the way I say to do them. Now that might sound narcissistic. That might sound even dictatorial.
Sure.
But if you do things my way and something goes wrong, I know how to fix it.
Also true.
I know how to fucking fix it. I know what okay, my idea fucked up. It's my job to fix it. It's not on you.
Yep.
But now when you want to start fucking going off list and doing your own fuck shit, now you're going to come back, not only want a second chance, but want me to fix it? It's on me?
Hey, this is, okay, so Victoria, you guys are too jaded. This is the thing.
The Chinese spy is telling us we're too jaded.
Hey, that's right. Hey, the best thing was this. I got into a car accident. Years ago. I tell my dad, I go, what do I do? He's like, I don't know. I don't get into accidents. I was like, Dad, I need help. I don't know. I don't get into car accidents. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And then years and years later, he got into an accident. And he's like, he said what
to do.
Oh, and I came immediately, no problem. And he's like, he goes, well, I don't get into accidents. I'm like, that's not what I saw. And he was like, damn, can't use that line anymore. I'm like, listen, you turned me away because you're going, well, I don't know how to deal with that. I don't get into accidents. Okay. But when you do, it was me you called and I fixed it. So
yeah,
I am way more
you get in the accident, so you knew what to do.
I mean, listen, I've messed up shit a lot, but I'm like, but I learned from it. So Victoria says, I am way more optimistic than you guys. Yeah, that's because you have your household Dino to fix it. So
I am a straight white man.
Wow.
Nobody wants to help me. Okay.
No.
There's a reason I'm jaded. All right.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I'm the devil.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear this. You're jaded shit.
Hey, if you're successful, you sold out. If you're not successful, if you're not successful, you're not doing your work. You're not working hard enough.
I can't even get a mid-level cheeseburger in the city I live in without being treated like I used to be a slave driver. Like, I don't want to hear this. You're jaded shit.
Bro.
What does that have to do with anything?
Look at just the biometrics, we'll call it.
That's my point. That's my fucking point. There's a reason I'm jaded.
Look at the census numbers and compare people of your ilk to the other people, and you'll see that you are very ilkless in the whole stream of the night out.
I think the word you're looking for is melanated.
52% crime, you mean? So bat your long eyelashes and you can get up traffic. Okay, you want to hear something wild? Wild, okay? I'm waiting for Victoria at my old condo. She's coming to pick me up. There's a stop sign where I have gotten a ticket. I was on vacation. I came home. I forgot my wallet. He pulls me over, gives me a ticket for the stop sign. He goes, where's your license registration? I'm like, bro, that's my house. You could pull up my information. It's in there. I'm literally coming back from the airport. He's like, yeah, you're getting a ticket for all those, everything. I got 3 tickets. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Now, I'm standing outside of my place waiting for Victoria. I see a cop. I text her, hey, there's a cop on the corner. Be careful. She runs the stop sign. He gets out of his car, starts walking over to get her stop, and she goes, I watch this. She goes, sorry. And he goes, go ahead. I'm like, son of a bitch. I was enraged, my friend. Enraged. And I'm just like,
How
this
do you run the red light when you already got, or run the stop sign rather when you got a warning? The fuck is that shit?
because she's still Asian. That's why. I admit that I'm stubborn. However, my solutions work almost most time. If not, it was a learning. Okay, so Shell.
Hold on a second. I love how you went straight to insulting your wife and then into a new, like she's Asian, and then into the next, like you started reading a comment. You're like, whatever.
Immediately. No, she knows.
Well, no, that wasn't an insult. The insult would have been like, she has a
Factual.
vagina and tits.
Well, you're right. Yeah. You know what I mean. It was not an insult, but
Bro, do
like
you understand?
you're just like, she's Asian. Moving on.
Do you know that? Okay, so I would get shit faced, and Victoria's DD. Perfect. She's like, you can't sit in the front seat. And I'm like, why? She's like, I'm like, you're trying to kill us. She starts slowing. She's merging onto a highway and she's slowing down. I'm like, why are you trying to murder us? She's like, yeah, you got to sit in the back seat. Not okay.
What is
Yeah,
that?
I'm
Uber
I'm
driver?
drunk and I see you're fucking up. If I'm seeing 4 cars and they're all in the wrong lane,
Just saying.
it's fucked up. It's not
There's 4 cars. There's 3 lanes, and somehow you're not in any of them.
I mean, listen, Marco Torres spreading COVID. I mean, somebody has to. Oh, and Victoria's like, no, you can't sit in the front because you're handsy, and you ruined that too. So best of luck. Are we dead? No, then I'm not that bad of a driver.
Every good woman likes a digit or two now and again while they're driving.
Hey, you know what?
You know, are you trying to give out some roadhead?
Hey, you get rejected too much. Fine. I'll keep my hands to myself. I'm not
you got a
touching shit.
Jectocito, cuz.
Hey, you want to see Jaded? I'll show you Jaded. Trust me. Oh, yeah.
I got a feeling Dino's going to be sleeping in his studio for the next week.
Uh-oh.
I'm fasting and I ain't supposed to be on a fasting week. This chick just won't make me food.
Are
Victoria's
we
busting
dead?
out her
No,
best. Yeah.
That's not a sales pitch.
She's Chow, bro.
Yeah. Did you die?
She's Chow, bro.
Yeah.
You married Chow, didn't you?
A little bit.
So long, gay boys.
She has said that before. That's fine. Yeah. I'm like,
Chow.
yeah.
I'm an international criminal.
Yeah, I'm just 100% factual.
I love cocaine.
No, that's me. No, that was my part. Yeah.
No, see, more of a reference for Dino and I is I use it to keep my yang up. Remember that phrase? I use it to keep my yang up. Uncle Fred has me walking his back for his hyena.
Dabble versus Inspector. Traveling twice the speed of sound, it's easy to get burned. That is factual. See, this is the thing. Okay, is that I'm happy to be of assistance, but you can't turn around and then be like, I don't want your opinion. Okay, hey, no problem. But now my opinion is that's it. It's been bypassed somewhere else. You get nothing. If you want an opinion, I don't know.
I've been burned. Dude, I've been talking some shit. I don't care. And then I'm like, hold on, I do care now. And they're like, no. I'm like, fuck. I fucked
Yeah.
up.
Hey,
I
but that's
hurt so bad. When I try to be white, I'm still dark. That's how bad I've been burnt.
oh. But that's my thing is like if you ask me for advice, I'll happily give it. But if you're like, I don't need your advice, no problem. But you'll never get my advice. That's ever. Sorry.
Yeah, once I tell somebody something and they go against it, like, why you like? I dated another chick. You know, she constantly asked me questions, and then when I was done, giving her the answer that I had, to the best of my knowledge, she wouldn't give a fuck. She'd ask 4 or 5 other people, anyways.
Oh yeah.
And when she does what one of them says, and it fucks up, then who has to come around and fuck fix things?
Nope.
Yeah,
Best of luck. Hey,
I'm
this is
done with chances. And like I said, just like the whole parking lot thing. We'll sit in the parking lot until one of us decides to open the door and just fucking bail.
that's fine.
You stop progress. I showed you how to start us back on the road. If you choose us not driving back down the street, that's fine. We can chill here in the parking lot. But eventually, one of us is gonna get sick of one, the other, and well,
So there's a difference between an opinion and demanding something. That's 100% I agree. It's the and this is something that I have been accused of numerous times, and I'm sure it's factual, is people don't like how I deliver information because I will. Don't worry, it's all three of us. It's fine. I was trying to be gentle, but it's all three of us. So, is that people were like, well, I don't like how you said it. Like, okay, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem because my information was still correct. So
well, see,
that
I
enrages
that
people.
frame of mind growing up because no matter what, my mama said it. That was it. That was the final word. When my mom said it, he said it. And if you went against it, then you got the shit smacked out of you. But then once I got older and realized, okay, you said it, but you're fucking wrong, asshole. So I mean, the fuck.
Yeah.
You're gonna smack me in the mouth because of your fucking stupidity? The hell was that?
That's okay. The worst is when you give advice and then they say, but blah 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 said otherwise. Yeah,
That's exactly what I was talking about. Then you go ask them, you go fuck them, and you go fucking make their fucking life fucking live in hell.
I do hate that shit actually.
Well,
I had a lot of that with my ex. I would be explaining what needs to be done, or this, that, or the other, and she would always, without a fucking doubt, oh, but so and so, my friend, my dad, my mom, my sister,
absolutely,
whoever, our friend, whoever said this that is different. I'm like, what the fuck are we in a relationship for then? Like, like why are we living together if you don't think anything I say like is valid?
This is numerous times this has happened where I'm like, oh, that's great advice. They're like, isn't it? I'm like, I wish someone had told you that before. I guess we'll never know. I guess
that's another one too. Yeah, like you said it, and then somebody else said the same thing you said, but they disregarded it first when you said it. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Oh, I say it so often. I say it ad nauseum to the point where it's like, okay, we heard you. Okay, and then someone else says it, and they're like, oh yeah, what a genius idea. And I'm standing going, I'll murder everyone.
You know what it is, though.
No question.
And I figured it out. That right there is the phenomenon of like all three of us suffer from this a little bit, which is we're a little bit too blunt or a little bit too ruthless with our words.
Yes.
So nobody really wants, like they don't want you to be right.
Correct.
So they don't really listen to you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
On
they're upset that you're saying something right now.
It's chopping off your nose to spite your face. You're like, listen, if I'm right, you should try to understand what I'm saying because I'm consistently right to my own defeat. Okay.
And Dino knows that Cole, you're starting to get wind of it too. I constantly do research to prove myself wrong.
Yeah.
That right there.
I'm constantly overlooking just because I want to be fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Just like, here's an example, because we all know the guy, so I ain't gonna put his name out there. But there's a friend of us all, or an acquaintance of us all.
The asshole.
He is of melanated persuasion.
Oh, I don't know.
And they started talking to me about critical race theory and Project what was it, 1819 or whatever the fuck that was, and the Tulsa thing when they burnt down was supposedly burnt down Black Wall Street. So what I heard was totally different from what they said.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be on the side of my friend.
Absolutely.
I wanted to be on the side. If not, it will take it to the bare bones. I wanted to be on the side of a fellow melanin. Yeah. And when I did my research on all three of the topics, it was 1,000 times worse than I thought. And I was right, but to the 10,000th power.
Yeah.
And to this day, that man will act like none of that shit that I said existed. None of it happened. They will fight tooth and nail over the CRT. They will fight tooth and nail over the Tulsa and how racist that fucking whole project, whatever the fuck it was. I'm like, dude, I'm wanting it. Like you grew up with a dad. You grew up in a fucking middle class to upper class income. You grew up with a community. I grew up with a project. I grew up in a lower class income. I went to public schools where you were lucky to make it out alive, let alone with a fucking diploma.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Listen, and okay, and let's cover some of these. I'm older now. I have more than what I wanted, but I wish. I wish I had lost weight sooner because I now I'm having to fix it. I know exactly what you mean, Lily. It's factual. Now I'm finding out that it's so confusing. No time left. I know I'm losing. No, but you're not. That's a perspective. It's not. That's not real.
look, bro, I'm gonna give you a little bit of in my late 20s, early 30s to my mid 30s. I was in the best shape of my life. Like this was actually fucking ripped. This had a 6-pack. There was hair. There was fucking hair, and it was dreaded, and it was
Fabio right here.
I had. Those were my modeling years. That was the best I ever looked. And you know what? I'm past that bullshit. I choose. All my friends are working out and then doing the healthy thing. No. I choose to stay like this because at this point in my life, I got the money that I need. I got the lifestyle that I need. All my kids were taken care of and grown out the house, except for the few that are gimpy. So, and I can take care of that. I keep myself at a point where, if you're hitting on me at the bar, you are very fucking desperate. You are very fucking desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know why Ray stays around. Literally, no lie. I mean, here and there, we have our bickerings and shit, but deep down in the back of my head, yeah, she's fucking somebody else. And I'm just saying, because if I had to deal with what I look like, I'd be fucking somebody else too. So I mean,
Jesus. Well, this is okay, but this is
Marco. I have a gym in my apartment. If you want to come over, it's free. We can run a treadmill together.
I had a gym in my basement that I turned into a kennel at one time.
There's a gym for somebody. So hence your message isn't heard. All people have their way of receiving messages, and some ways don't work as well as I agree. Then not my problem.
I wanted to.
If I can't receive messages from, the more I can receive messages from, the more I will be more versatile.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, so I have right here. Where did it go? Well, here it is. Okay, see, I have a piece of mail right now. If you can see it. From the Ohio, well, I don't give a shit. The Ohio Child Support Agency, right?
All right. Ooh, love them letters.
Exactly. Okay, it's probably just them telling me what I owe every month. It's the same thing. But just because I don't like the lettering or the wording or the font or whatever, does not mean I don't get to answer this and look back. If they want some shit from me and I don't respond, I'm going to fucking jail. So you don't get to decide when the information or how the information gets to you. If the information is valid, you have to use it. Stop with this. Oh, I'm so sad. I don't like the way you say words.
Some females take the vagina controls the whole situation. But when you take the vagina out of the equation, I found this out too. When you take the sex out of the equation, they have a lot less to hold over your head. They have a lot less. That.
Well, and look, and it's not.
Hard to get.
This isn't even a man or woman thing. I know men that get irritable about the way I talk to them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who cares? It's
you gotta hear my fucking voice and the shit that I say. Everybody, man, woman, rainbow, non-rainbow. I mean, nobody fucking likes what I got to say all the time.
I'll be the first one to bet. Lily says, it's so hard for me standing here all alone. It's impossible to make it today. Hey, you only have to live today once. And then tomorrow, who knows? Shit. That's why
baby girl, go find you some weed. And then after you get done getting high and watching the podcast, go pop on a good movie. I know women don't get turned on by porn. It's that erotica. So go pop you on some erotica. Rub a good one out for yourself. Clean up and wake up in the morning fresh and new day.
Hey, and the whole idea is this: turn on some murder mystery crazy shit where everyone gets murdered. Flick your bean a little bit, you'll be fine.
That is the problem. That's making them depressed slowly over time.
I've been wanting to sit back. Okay, so Shell, let's okay. Marco, you're not allowed to comment on this. Okay? So I've been one to sit back, listen, and know from my own learning experience that there is a difference between growing up. 100%. Marco can attest that our understanding of what was said can be interpreted. I will agree wholeheartedly. This is the thing: is when
Not
you
wrong.
know,
Not wrong.
no, hold on. When you know that someone is right, but they're delivering it in a way that makes you angry, are you listening like this? Well, I don't agree just because of that, or are you saying going, I don't understand how this works. Can you explain a little bit? Like there's a way you could say, there's a way where you could say, hey, I don't understand the way you're telling me. I need you to switch it up. There's nothing, there's zero wrong with that. Right?
Exactly. If you
Because-
ain't understanding what I'm saying, then hey, be like, hey, I don't, because I've told her, I've told many of people, like I don't get what you like. We grew up different or something. Like this doesn't happen where I come from. I mean, I've done it with Dino. I'm like, shit's kind of different over there, weird. Or I've never really experienced any kind of hatred, like social hatred, until I went to Cleveland.
That's 40% damage to it.
When
It's bad here, right? Right?
when
Because I'm from the
kids that
South and it ain't this bad.
I got called this is your show, so I'll clean it up.
All right.
Effing cigarette. Look it up. Look up what
There you go.
cigarette means.
Yeah.
I got
we're
called
familiar.
an effing cigarette because I was dressed in a reindeer onesie and I was filming what you might have even been there, Cole.
I think
Ryan
it was
White
me who said it.
Coleman and no, it was somebody drove past in a car, and I even smiled. I was like, "Hey, I finally see it. I know what you guys are talking about." Because I mean, I grew up deep in the fucking hood. We didn't experience racism. We experienced poor. I mean,
Yeah.
we was all, dude, it was a mix. I mean, it looked like a damn swatch from Walmart. The paint swatches. They're light, dark, a little bit darker, beige, a little bit darker, black, then Haitian, then, I mean.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So if people start talking to you in the same blunt list, you're going to be happy to receive that message, Cole. Hey, so just so people understand,
Dino is my best friend, and he's meaner to me than I am to anyone.
that's that's kind of
my friend. Like they know I talk to them. This is not fake, guys. This is not a show. Us three guys, the way we are talking now,
This is how we are.
is maybe a little bit tamer than we are to each other.
We just
in real life.
we don't cuss as much, essentially. We
I-
try not to.
Hey, this was the one of the most rewarding experiences of doing internet podcasting was when I actually went to meet these two fuckwits in person,
There's
and
three
I was
of
like,
us,
"Oh,
Nick.
you guys aren't pieces of shit in real life." Fuck yes, because hey, the amount of people I've met online, when I met them in person, they're completely different, and I'm like,
I'm exposed.
"Who are
Nope,
you
I'm
pretending
real.
to be?" I don't understand what's happening right now.
Fuck
That's
me.
it's 100%. So learning, okay, hold on. Learning how to deliver a message properly to different people is how you make it in the corporate world. You think being super blunt will work if you're in the office? None of us work in an office. So
Not one of us works
None
in
of
the
us
office.
wanted
And
to work
when
in the
society inevitably fails, there will be no more corporate offices.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
going to be one of us three that are in higher command because we can get to the other side of the river by
And
communicating the message that needs to be communicated.
And two of the three of us are doing quite well for themselves.
I mean,
It's not me.
not me. It's not me.
not.
one of us is doing okay. One of us is doing well. The other one is making it work. We're trying. Listen, our hairline is indicative of our success right now. It's kind of
The more hairline you have,
in the opposite. Yeah.
the harder it is in life for you.
Yeah. After the school was over and I moved to the other side, I found another country, but I never lost. Yeah, that's fine. I get that. If I communicated bluntly and honestly to some of the people in my office, I can guarantee I would get fired. Hey,
You know why that is? That's because they started letting women in the office. You ever seen Mad Men?
There you go.
I'm just saying, Mad Men was fucking on one.
All
Okay,
up.
Victoria's had it with these two retards. You have to be specific as to
There
which
was-
two. Which two
There's three
retards
of
he's had
us,
enough
for the
yeah.
record.
That's hey. So have you guys seen this guy on social media? He's going around walking up to girls, go, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And they're like, "No." He's like, "Didn't think so," and walks away. And then he'll walk up to three girls. He'll walk up to three girls and go, "Oh, you two are beautiful," and then walk away. And you're like, "God damn!" And so yeah, Nick, you got to be more specific with those. Marco's right. This definitely isn't a show. No, this is just how crazy we actually are.
It's
The
more of a
whole
tell.
captain topic has a great example of being on different ideas of what's being taught. Yeah, the whole
Captain
captain
topic.
I don't know
are
what you
talking
mean.
about?
Yeah, I need more details. That was my subtle way of pointing that out.
Wait, what is she
hey.
pointing out?
Oh, that none of us work in an office. She's trying to lord it over her own
Oh,
husband.
she's trying to say that our lives suck because we don't work in offices. We're having the best time ever. We can talk how we want.
Hey.
I wake up at 11. I don't give a shit and go to
So
work whenever I want. I'm
So
self-employed.
Hey,
Never
just so-
worked in the office.
Hey, just so everyone's clear, okay? There's no one in this household that I can't wear as a backpack. And within the next 2 hours, everything in the house is going to be over 6 feet tall. And everyone's going to have to ask me, I'm hiding all the ladders. They're all gone. And be like, oh, hey, you're independent. Do it yourself. Well, that's the problem. Sorry. I worked in an office setting and deal with absolute morons. You know, I do hear some of the stories. You can be blunt and direct as long as you are spitting facts. Hey, I'll tell you this much. It's much worse when you're fat as fuck. People don't want you to be right. Doubly so. That is science. 2, all 3, Nick. LOL. She says LOL, but that's the capital part. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe she's gonna have to sleep in the study. That's fine. Cole's the kind of guy that needs a good ass kicking. See, you say that, but the problem is it's actually
Let's
not true.
see it, buddy. Let's go. I'm loving this shit.
Your show is about being captain of your life, where I had to ask like a leader where Marco was thinking something totally different.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But that's the thing is like being the captain of your life, right? Being hey, listen,
I've never heard
Bible
that
verse,
before.
I'm a woman. Does it? We're not sexist here, okay? We're not sexist
Yeah,
here.
I'm
equality.
equal
You want to
opportunity.
throw down? Listen,
Yeah, if this is America, they're all about the equality now. You
It's
throw
not-
a jab, that big motherfucker can throw one right to your fucking grill.
Besides, you're the one that started this shit. You were like, "Oh, Colby's like ass whooping."
The chick with the
So somebody else got to do it in your favor. What are you fucking Tyrion Lannister? You need a champion.
well, listen. Hey, the fact is, I believe it was the Germans did this, where if a husband and wife got into a fight, they could be physical. The man had to be up to his waist with in dirt with his one arm behind his back, and the woman got a stick, and it was deemed a fair match. I want to bring it back. I feel like that is how we bring everything back together.
Yeah, I think we'll have more even couples again. There'll be more men in the household, and if the woman had enough, and she felt that strongly about it, she got her stick. But if you can't beat a one-armed man in the ass-kicking contest, then fuck. No legged one-armed man,
No,
because his fucking legs are in the fucking mud or in
I
the
mean-
dirt. So
it'd be funny. I'd watch it. I'd watch that as a
file
TV
your
show.
grievance, and you better hope he don't grab that stick with his one hand.
Oh, he definitely will. I had to explain to Victoria that the reason you don't swing a bat is that closes your distance. You poke with a bat. And she was like, "Oh, that makes much more sense." I'm like, "I know. That's why."
Plus,
I'm
you
like-
know, if you don't got a good swing, which most people think they do, but don't, if you don't got a good swing, that bat can either be caught.
I'm
or-
gonna take that stick away from you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And then now I have a stick.
And now
Oh,
you're fucked. Now you're standing there like, oh, I just tried to hit him and he took my stick.
Yeah.
Don't hit me.
Well, I think the fight's over by that
Oh.
point because surely she'd give up, right? After you take her stick, she's gonna quit, right?
Oh, there's
Like-
no giving up. There's 2 men or 1 man leave. I'm in the fucking dirt, bitch. There's no getting the
You
fuck
should have
up.
to. You should have to be in a cage, like too. You know what I mean? That way you
Yeah,
can't get out of my
You
reach
gotta
too
stay
far.
within-
You know?
If you get a stick, you have to fucking stay within swinging distance of my
Yeah.
fist.
Yeah. Small ring. Yes, please bring this back. I'd love to have a stick to help. Hey, 100%. I'd fight you. No problem. 100%. If you can't beat a one-legged man in an asking contest, should be on a t-shirt. 100%
No,
agree.
this is a no-legged man and one arm.
Dino does treat really great ways to defend an ass kick. I mean, listen,
He's the youngest.
yeah, I'm the youngest. I needed to know how to fight, and then I became the biggest, and then kept getting bigger because I'm stupid. That's basically how that worked. But yeah.
Moonshine. Fuck.
What is it about my face? My face just says.
Oh, that's a whole new show right there.
Yeah.
I irritate people. I don't know what it is.
You know why? It's the
The
your
hairline?
your people, by the way you look, in the opinion of mass media.
I'm
has
not
seen its
Jewish.
time.
I swear to
Hey.
God.
No, you got
little
Gestapo
bit.
face. You
Yeah,
got
you do.
Gestapo face.
You definitely have Gestapo face, a little bit Gestapo haircut with that shave. The
I
fade is
don't
pretty
know why
tight.
you keep going to Jew. You are on the total opposite spectrum.
What is
Hey.
good? I look Mexican?
No.
Aryan.
You
Atlantean?
look like you would be the prison guard, my friend, and not the prisoner.
Yeah, you look like you would be the problem.
Looks like Cole Socks.
You don't need to do it.
Yeah, well, you win some.
That's why the ladies love him. That's fine.
You win some, you lose more. That's life.
Bro. And you know what? But this is the thing. I had to explain this to a young person. We'll wrap up shortly. Is the whole idea where I'm like, listen, you know how people are always like, oh, it's the journey that matters. It's because the failures on your journey teach you how to be successful, right? But if you don't try, and that's why it's that whole idea is that I'm telling you to do something a specific way because I've seen that be successful. I've tried it and I fucked it up. So what I'm trying to convince you of is, hey, this is, and I've explained this to in many circumstances and said, listen, when have I ever led you down a road to failure? I try and lead you to success. So I'm like, can you tell me what a time when I didn't have your best interest in mind? No. So what makes you think this time would be any different?
And
I
especially
just
if this
don't like
is
to
your
be sick.
significant other. Like, why would if you're my old lady, if you're my child, if you're my friend, why? Why would I try to send you down a fuck aisle?
Yeah.
Why would I try to send you to something bad? You are with me. You're either a reflection of me, or you are with me, or you are, you're with you. Why the fuck would I send you down?
Just because I'm with Mark on this one. Just because your baby daddy sucks doesn't mean I suck also. Shut up and let me fucking lead the way.
Hey, and look, if you want to lead, by all means, I'll happily, no problem. But you can't turn around and be like, I want to be in front, but you have to lead. That's not how that works. You can't. You either lead or you follow. It's fine.
I know, like everybody knows, I never ever wanted to be the leader. I never want to be number one. I never.
Good at
somehow, some way, I always end up that. No, that's just the way my situations have always ran all my life.
I don't want to be the leader either, but it's just like I don't want to get led into a dark hole in a cave. You know what I mean? Like
I've seen where shit goes when I'm not leading.
Right, exactly.
Well, I don't want to, but I know if I don't grab that fucking steering wheel, we're headed off the goddamn cliff. And you're going to do it with a smile. And right before we both die, you're going to be like, this is your fault.
Oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. Why didn't you stop me?
What? See what you made me do?
Oh,
it's like the Taylor Swift song. See what you made me do?
Yeah. I'm drunk too, Gorbachev, and I know how to make a guy like Marco happy. And also, thank you for the compliment, Dabbleverse. Marco is definitely the eye candy here. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it.
Marco is fucking hammered off a whole mason jar full of fucking moonshine, and well, it was mixed moonshine and fucking Jack Daniels. So I drank half the moonshine, then I filled the mason jar up with Jack Daniels. But either way, I got some cherries left, and I don't really drink too much, but I'm pretty fucking hammered right now.
Speaking of hammered,
what is on the menu?
Oh yeah.
I think I'm making a like a fat quesadilla, chicken quesadilla for
It's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Something that's simple, because the last couple of episodes I was experimenting, and
you're making a fat cock wrap.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
A fat cock wrap.
All right. It's
Like,
gonna
I'm
have
on
hey,
fucking line every goddamn morning, and I'm looking up. Well, maybe Cole will want to cook this, or look at this
yeah.
medieval. I'm looking at medieval recipes or
Yeah.
recipes that people forgot about, shit like that. You know, and this is what the fuck you come up with.
I want to make something like like I said, the last
Canned
two
chicken and a
episodes.
tortilla, really cool.
bro. That's fantastic. Okay.
The last
Happy
two
early birthday.
episodes, I made shit because I was experimenting with shit I don't do.
No,
I want to
no,
do something simple that I know I can do, and let you two bicker and bitch, and let everybody make fun of me in the comments and call me names.
No,
and I'm gonna
no,
get drunk and crash out,
no, we're
and
good.
then it's gonna look beautiful. I'm gonna have a nice meal
Listen.
that's gonna fill the void in my heart
Yeah, the
that you
fat
guys
fuck
all
one
put
is
there
not
that
the
night.
food.
Listen. Cole listen. See, Lily, this is a perspective. Cole fucked up potato pie. What makes you think he's it? But he made a spectacular dirty mashed potatoes. So
Yeah,
You know why I get to lead? Because I'm the only one that will cook for everyone. Like everyone here is gonna be like, "This is mine." Me, I will love to see y'all all happy eating my food, even though I fucked it up because I fucked it up good. Because I always fail successfully.
see there you go. That's where the difference comes in between me and Cole. I will gladly cook for any of you guys, but if you don't like it, fuck you. Don't eat. That's the way my mama brought me up.
no. Hey,
My mom's famous words to me were "pero come mierda." Do you know what that means? Well, then eat shit then.
Well,
So-
yeah, okay, so
Hey.
I'm cocky enough to know that you're gonna like it, even if I fuck it up. But because I'm not gonna serve shit food to everybody. But at the same time, if you don't like it and it's delicious,
that's a
I'm
you.
gonna look at you like you're retarded.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Nick Tucker in the last moments. How are you, sir?
what
Okay,
up, Nick Tuck?
he almost said something different.
I almost did.
Happy early birthday, Marco. Let's start there. Gorbachev says Victoria is a good woman. God bless her. I'm about to pass it. So look, Victoria is a saint, but her
Victoria's
only
a strong woman.
but her only claim to sainthood is because she deals with me. So
Okay, wait a minute. How does that work? Because you're constantly bragging on the Greek. The Greeks don't have saints. They got gods and goddesses and demigods and goddesses. So how you work a saint into that?
don't reveal my secrets, sir.
The Chinese don't have saints either.
Victoria
That's
said,
them.
make seafood chowder. We're going to make a seafood chowder on Saturday. We love Cole. That's a little gay. You fail
you,
upwards,
walkie-talkie.
Cole. That is, you know what? I feel like, because I had that show for a while, which was falling
Yeah.
upwards. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yusuf Rod, Marco's mom wasn't playing. No. See, my mom was. You have two options. You have two options for dinner. Take it or leave it. Those are your options. No problem.
Yeah. You know, luckily my mom's soup was good, but if you didn't like literally, it was pero come mierda.
Nick said I had to fire somebody today for drinking at school. Shitty day. Bro, that's okay. So here's the question.
Was it a kid or a teacher?
Fair question. No, they had to fire them. They don't employ students at schools anymore. That's against the law.
Damn it.
Maybe not for much longer. But Nick, here's the question. Were they a shop teacher or shop adjacent? Or were they like science? Because science and booze is that's dangerous.
I'm with you, Marco, though, because like one time, my mom hit me with the famous "There's starving kids in Africa" line. I was in 5th grade, right? And I just said, "Well, give it to them then." And then I woke up and I was in 7th grade. Skip 2 years on that one.
Saint Helena, mother of Constantine, Greek saint. Hey, I am Constantine. My mother, she is a saint, no question. It was bro. It was a woman in her 50s. Sad. She reached the point. Bro, that sucks.
Wait, what happened?
So he had to fire somebody today for drinking on the job, and it was a woman in her 50s, bro. Oof, that's a
That's
rough.
fair.
That's you know what though? Was she
That's why the educational system is getting cut the fuck off.
No, hey, this is the problem. Is what people don't understand is the education, like your school is funded by your state. The Department of Education has just been a shit show from the beginning.
I don't think like I think that we should have like more drinking teachers. Like teachers should be able to drink. You got to sit there and
I mean-
teach
in Dino
a bunch of
and
kids.
I's day, and I hate to sound old as fuck, but in Dino and I's day, there was actually a room across from the classroom. It was called the Teacher's Lounge.
Right.
And there was ashtrays and
Wow.
flasks everywhere.
Yeah, bring that shit back, bro.
Hey, my school,
Don't get
they were
sloppy
just-
drunk.
they were just phasing that shit out because some teachers, you're like, you could smell, like you'd open that door, you'd see that door open. There were no classrooms for probably about 50 feet from the teacher's lounge door. And there was no sign that said teacher's lounge. It was just a door. You're like,
Oh,
I wonder what's in there. It's teacher's
This
lounge.
had
And you're
a
like,
big-
oh,
Ours had a big black, like you were going to the lawyer, you know, right across the Teacher's Lounge. And as soon as that door opened,
Hey,
you said
cool.
our classrooms was like, what, maybe 5-6 foot away from the fucking
Oh.
Teacher's Lounge.
that means they had a nice lounge,
Pall Mall non-filters and Camel non-filters.
bro. Okay.
I was
My-
homeschooled, so
My mom hit me with whatever was closest. Cole's mom did the same. No,
Yeah, including her
hi
vagina.
Victoria, hi Nick.
Oh,
She
wow.
lied about drinking at school. She said she drank last night. We found the glass with peanut butter whiskey remnants. Cop had her to blow. It was
Yeah, she-
bro.
she had taste, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that peanut butter whiskey. It's pretty delicious, man. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the on for the rest of the adults out there who haven't gotten fired for doing that fuck shit, NyQuil. Just say you took some NyQuil before, you know, look at the alcohol content and it leaves a stank on your breath. You could double it up if you're scared with some Listerine because it
Yeah.
also has that on it. It
and-
might tingle or burn, but don't trust the fucking little minty shits. Get the real deal brown Listerine, and it's gonna come up alcohol, but
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Hey, this is mouthwash or this is cough medicine."
It spoils the results of a breathalyzer.
Wait,
But
so Nick, are you hiring?
We got a home ec teacher right here, Mr. Clayton.
There we go.
That even sounds official. Mr.
those
Clayton.
hey,
Mr.
Cole-
Clayton, I gotta go to the bathroom.
what show was it where Joey Diaz was the cook? And was it Everybody Hates Chris or something? I forget what it was, but he walked in, he kept on tasting all the kids' food. I'm like, that would 100% be Cole as a home ec teacher. Be like, what are you cooking today? Let me see it. It tastes like shit. Go make it again. Like there's 100%. Yeah. Bro, yeah. See, this is the thing. This is the problem is that people who, if you have to hide your drinking, you're like, you have a problem.
Yeah.
I've never drank on the job or anything like that. But I'm not a big drinker. I'm still in leg braces and I had to help. This isn't funny, but shit, Nick, you're laying it on. Like these layers are gold, bro. Like,
You would have fucking had this. But there's there cameras. There gotta be cameras. There gotta be
Dude,
cameras.
bro.
There's a cyborg and an alcoholic walking out of this school. That's not a joke.
that's the best joke I've ever heard. It's like, so a cyborg and an alcoholic are walking out of a school.
Like,
Which one got fired? I don't know.
that is a South Park episode. Jimmy, oh no, it would be Jimmy, the one on the fucking crutches.
Timmy.
Jimmy.
It's Timmy. Oh, I know. Anyways.
Come on, Miss Garrison. Come on, Miss Garrison.
Miss Gacy?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Bro, that's rough.
You've
That
been
is-
drinking, Miss Garrison.
Right? Yeah. No. The only thing that would have like topped that off is if the lady who got fired was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm going home."
Yeah. Bro, like, I'll be honest with you. No, it would have been funnier if she kicked him in the braces and was like, son of a bitch, I don't need your help. Like, that would have been funny. Nick, you told me your legs were working. Yeah, they're working, but he's still got braces on. Like, which is good for you, Nick. You
Forrest
that's a
Gump
quick
Still
recovery, man.
ran with his braces on.
Bro.
He's gumping it.
Yeah. That's
Run,
hey,
Forrest, run.
Nick, if any of your students accuse you of start singing "Run Forrest Run," immediate suspension. Immediate. Just take him to town. And be like, you'll never get snacks again, you sons of bitches. Ironically, I'm legless.
Lieutenant
Bro.
Dan, you got legs.
He ain't got no
You want
legs.
some ice cream, Lieutenant Dan? You want? They have ice cream. You're just like, man.
Don't call him stupid.
Bro. This has been wild.
Oh
Anyway,
shit! Look, Nick
so-
doesn't have legs, and we're over here making fun of.
Yeah,
legless
fucking
people.
Gorbachev.
Man, I
You're
ain't got
hey,
no pants on. So fuck.
Nick. You got to change your name to Lieutenant Dan. That's it.
Lieutenant Dan.
You're now Lieutenant Dan for this show. I'll tell you that much.
Lieutenant Dan.
I mean, listen, you're gonna be successful. That's all that means. So we have what are we cooking on Saturday? So what was it? You're doing a
Chicken quesadilla.
chicken quesadilla. So
Fat one.
I'm gonna find a way to put a giant chicken in the name. We'll figure it out.
And
It's,
well, Marco requests to call it a fat cock wrap.
why don't we call it cock meat sandwich?
A
Look,
Mexican
that would
cock wrap.
require bread. It'd be a Mexican cock meat sandwich.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I can do a Mexican cock meat sandwich. I can put the emojis for that. That works.
A cochina.
It's just how it's going to be, everybody. We embrace multiculturalism here. I have legs, but I'm bald and accident prone. The lady I fired told me I'm heartless little man. Oh, hey, that bitch can't talk. She drunk. Don't worry about it. That's fine.
Yeah, but when the older lady says like you're a heartless, you can't just she just can't say heartless.
No.
When she says you're a heartless little man, that kind of cuts like old, like nun, like fucking second grade teacher
Hey.
knew your grandma type deep.
You know what? So this is
When
the
a
thing.
woman calls me a name, it does not hurt me at all.
Hey,
That's
the
not
only
a
thing,
name,
I
though.
pissed her
That's
off.
not a name. That's not a name. That's something like that hits on a different level. Like,
Mm-hmm.
call me a piece of shit. Call me a motherfucker. Call me a spick. Call me whatever, you know. But when you say, like, if I hear I'm disappointed in you, or you're just a heartless little person. I got called a cancer. You know how much other fuck shit I've been
Absolutely.
called, and that's what bothered me. And not I have cancer. I was cancer. I mean,
Oh. Hey, the worst thing I was ever called was a little kid called me scary, and I was like, ah. He's like, no, you're too scary to be around. And I was like, nah, that's probably
now
accurate.
is it scary as in the giant's gonna eat me scary, or scary as in the big white guy's gonna fuck me scary?
No. It was
Fat.
more so I was gonna eat him. Yeah, kids have called me fat. That one hurts. Never had a kid call me ugly though, which I was like, I'm happy about that. So, because if a kid calls you ugly, you're ugly. But yeah, Nick, shoot us with a question before we go. That's because Cole doesn't listen to women. I mean, he doesn't really listen to men either.
Disappointing women. I'm trying to figure out how to monetize that because I'm really good at it. So
Apparently, I am too.
I mean,
Even
three's a crowd, boy. Hey, we're hitting on all three cylinders on this one.
that's what we should change the name of this show to: the Female Disappointments.
Oh, I feel like we should do a bang
We
bang.
should.
First one is mental health. Second one is how to disappoint women. My wife calls me fun size because I'm 5'4". Should I tell her to F right off, or should I continue to be Mr. Tucker, the people pleaser?
So the average
Oh.
penis size in America is only 5 inches. So you got 5'4". You're all right. I mean, it's nothing special, but you're all right.
Is she taller than you? That's the
Yeah,
real
she is.
question.
Oh, y'all was talking about height?
No.
Who
Hey.
gives a fuck about height? Punch her in the cooter if she's
Says the short person.
That's hey. You
Hey,
know
I
what?
like climbing trees.
It's so that's the yeah, you know what? I wouldn't appreciate that, but at the same time, like
I can only imagine the emasculation that feels like, though.
no, it's
If
not.
somebody called me fun, I gotta be this. Imagine me dating like a 6'7" like WNBA player, and she called me. I would fight her.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah,
Dude,
gloves are
I've-
coming
hey,
off now, bitch.
I've met a couple broads that were bigger than me, like taller than me. I met a couple broads that were like built, like they were ripped, and I was like, I kind of want to fight you, but you're hot, and they're just like, I don't know how to respond to that. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I said it, but I'm like, I see you, and I admire your hard work, but I kind of want to fight you. I met one
Nick,
girl
I
who was
think you're
6 feet.
getting 3 different answers here, buddy.
dude,
So
like
I'm
like
a crash out though. Take that out. Yeah, take that advice with what you will.
My oldest daughter's mom was about like in between you and Dino size. She was
Jesus
bigger
Christ.
than you, Cole, but she wasn't as big as Dino.
Like
And
tall
I'm
or
talking
big?
height, and she was the big bitch too. Like she look
Marco.
the only magnificent story I could tell about this chick.
What color was she?
She was white. Hay fed hillbilly.
What is it with you melanated folks and
Hold on.
our leftover white women?
Look,
Hold on.
oh, I got a
Hold on.
fresh.
Let's do one thing at a okay. You know what, Nick? You know what I would say is there was one of these I forget who it was that made the joke, but it was like, "Oh, you're not big enough for me." And the response was, "Okay, Miss Deep Dish Pussy," because it was like, "Bro, that's savage." So I would say if she calls you fun size, call her Gigantor.
Oh
Tit for
my
tit.
god!
The problem is, now just be aware, Nick Tucker, if you call her Gigantor, there's no going back.
Yeah.
She's not going to be happy with you. So you could say, "Hey, that really bothers me. How would you feel if I called you Gigantor?" And
Yeah,
then
no,
you
just
know,
tell her you don't like it. If she continues to do it, you
Beat her
know,
up.
then you know, like just tit
Hey,
for tat, like Dino says,
no-
just call her a name after that.
if she's bigger than you, no one will believe you beat her. That's fine.
I don't think that's how it
Oh,
works.
and that's the truth. That's the truth. Because, like I was
Uh,
saying, you know, my oldest daughter's mom, the only story that I could really bring to terms of how she was and who she was, while she was 6 months pregnant, maybe 7 months pregnant with my daughter, she carried a refrigerator on her back,
What the
like
fuck?
old school, on her back, up.
Marco,
step.
you said she was between mine and Dino's size, not bigger than Dino.
No, it's
Fiona, no, I can lift her fridge. That's fine.
On your back?
Walkie.
on her fucking.
I wouldn't even have to do it on my back. That's not that hard. It's not full with groceries. It's just an empty shit. It's fine. Walkie Talkie Sneeze says Fiona from Shrek. That's kind of
Dino, you're
On
not
what?
as big as you used to be no more, though.
Yeah, well, you know what? With Walkie Talkie, we do call her Shrek now.
okay.
Call her
I've orgasmed.
Shrek.
Even the
Jesus.
kids call her Shrek.
Damn.
I've orgasmed 3 times this week. I ain't disappointed. Female, just an angry Boricua. What? I don't know what that means.
Boricua, Puerto Rican.
Do you speak English, Lily? Goddamn. No, I haven't had a woman talk to me in years. I mean, you're not missing out that much. It's a
Yeah,
lot. There's a lot of
it's fine.
contradiction. It's hard to deal with.
It's fine, really.
Mark Henry Jr.
Mark Henry Jr. World's
Oh,
strongest woman.
Yeah, she was. I mean, Julie wasn't nothing to fuck with in her day. You know, that was that.
Why?
She was
Ooh.
like I do not whatsoever. None of these 3 men here condone putting their hands on a female at all. That is not anything a man should fucking do.
No.
Except if she's 3 times your size and beating the dog snot out of you.
I mean, at that point, poke her in the eye. It's Hey.
I know
Marco-
Marco saw her for the first time and was like, she's going to produce me some strong sons.
I mean, there is that. Like, look, hey, you see some broad and you're like, oh, I can make D1 athletes with that shit. You're like, oh, I get that. I get it. Lily Cole let you slip away.
Not slip. I hated that one. I alley-ooped that right over to Marco. That was
Marco
problems
does,
right there.
Hey, Marco does have the ability to make women have superhuman strength when pissed off. I feel like that's an achievement.
I don't care
like, you
what
should get,
language it.
yeah.
I don't care what language it comes in. Well, I don't care what color, what language it comes in. If it describes itself as angry, I don't want none of that. I got enough anger over here on this side of the fucking fence.
Yeah, Cole lives a life behind enemy lines, basically. He's not in the trenches. He's trying to go from one trench to another trench. Just bullets just going over his head. He's like, I'll get there. Don't worry. Yeah, it's fine.
I feel like Cole hit one of them Coca-Cola commercials like times when they stop battling on both sides and the people walk across and hand each other a chocolate bar and a Coke and they start playing football and reminiscing, knowing that tomorrow I gotta kill this man. Let me see a picture of your kids. Oh,
horrible. Lily, I want that Marco. I ain't need no Cole weak ass great value shit. Jesus Christ. 5 weeks with holidays off. I mean, that's fair. Hey, sometimes you need it. All right, we'll wrap it up there, guys. 5 more weeks. That's fair. So yeah, Saturday we're gonna be cooking. Sunday
I'll
we
find you something better than a fucking cock wrap.
No, I want to make a quesadilla.
Hey.
I want a fucking quesadilla. All right.
Well, I'm gonna find you.
I know y'all don't
one
fucking eat
1800.
quesadillas in Puerto Rico or Youngstown or whatever, because
Yeah,
y'all.
they got Taco Bells in fucking Puerto Rico, bitch.
Hey, hold on. Here's a question: can we do maybe a Crunchwrap Supreme?
No, I'm making a fucking quesadilla.
Or at least a chalupa.
What is
A
a chalupa?
gordita.
What
what?
is a chalupa?
If this ain't the most fuck shit that Taco Bell ever pulled and nobody got, remember the gorditas?
Mom, the Milo.
Milo.
Do you remember the gorditas?
No, I don't eat Taco Bell.
Here, chili.
Taco
Hey, 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 hey! Don't say you don't eat Taco Bell.
I
I
don't.
got receipts, bro. I got receipts.
I
Hey,
took you there one time. I didn't know.
It was-
I got
hey,
what
it-
you got. I don't
it was
fucking
already
eat
2
that
o'clock.
shit.
it was 2:00 in the morning, and I'll tell you this much. He looks at me. He's like, "You want to get Taco Bell?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What should we get?" I'm like, "I'll take a dozen soft tacos." He's like, "Yeah, we can split that." I'm like, "No, it's just for me." And I ate the full dozen soft tacos. Okay, just one after that. He's like, "How are you still eating?" I'm just like,
I could have pounded them bitches.
Oh, yeah.
I'll pound.
Lily says, "I'm a chalupa." There you go.
But the gordita
Special sauce
was
included.
a fat girl. Gordita was a fat girl, and
Yeah.
everybody loved the gordita for a whole summer.
Yeah, you
Maybe
pay with
winter.
the melones.
Winter, not
That's fine.
summer. Summer's too hot. Like
Summer's too
warm for
hot.
all
Yeah.
that.
Tell Taco Bell's marketing.
Anyways, there will be some sort of tortilla-based cheesy
Why,
deliciousness.
why do you think y'all can dictate? No, it's not some sort. We're making a fucking quesadilla. Who's making the meal here? Who's eating the meal? Who's making the meal? Y'all over here. It's gonna be some type of. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
You fucking do some little fuck shit after you fucked up, which you think you fucked up a couple times, then that just makes you a bitch. You fucking failed. Now, if you go and challenge yourself with something new and different, okay, I might have made a mistake. They were good mistakes. I learned.
Your
So now-
psychology won't work here. Okay.
Dude, can you spell psychology?
What did you say?
Okay. The moonshine is taking over the show. We're gonna call it for tonight. Okay. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Please like, share, subscribe, do your shit, cut reels, do whatever you have to do. We're gonna be here on Saturday, and I bought a 28-pack of Stella Artois. We're gonna have fun on Saturday.
Ooh, Stella's good.
So yeah, my wife loves me like 30% of the
I
time. It's
still
fine.
got the other half of that bottle of Jack.
I think she just she loves it when you hang out with your friends instead of bothers her.
I mean, probably, but then she's like, I want to be supportive. I'm like, it'd be nice, and then she starts commenting, and then I get in more trouble. So it's like, take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, everyone.
we start the fight for you.
Oh yeah.
We
Not
warm
the
it
good
up,
part.
and you got to go into the other room now.
Most of these episodes will be marked as Exhibit A at some point. I'm sure of it. So, have a wonderful evening, everyone. We will be back on Saturday and Sunday. Please check us out tomorrow. I might do some Lego. We'll see. But in the meantime, be good to yourself because everyone else doesn't give a shit about you. So have a good